Who am I? This question haunts every society in the Western world. I'm Jude, and welcome to this book review. I will be discussing the book Primal Screams by Mary Eberstadt, so stay tuned. Primal Screams: How the Sexual Revolution Created Identity Politics by Mary Eberstadt addresses the question and presents an original theory in which she argues that the rise of identity politics is a direct result of the fallout of the sexual revolution, especially the collapse and shrinkage of the family. I first heard of the book and heard the author speak on a program on Relevant Radio, a Catholic talk radio network. The results of her research and study were intriguing, so I was anxious to read the book to uncover her findings. Let's take a look at the key points that this book reveals. Number 1, Mary Eberstadt refers to the Great Scattering, the unprecedented familial dispersion, now 60 plus years in the making, with no end in sight. The loss of particulars including skyrocketing rates of abortion, fatherless homes, family shrinkage, family breakup, and other phenomena that have become commonplace in the world since the 1960s. 2. Rates of mental illness in young adults have been rising both on campus and off in recent decades, and most experts seem to agree that some portion of the trend is real. Nearly all of the campus mental health directors surveyed in 2013 by the American College Counseling Association reported that the number of students with severe psychological problems was rising at their schools. 3. The question of who am I was posed to children of divorce who were 3 times more likely to strongly agree with the statement, I felt like a different person with each of my parents, or I felt like I had 2 families. Quoting the book, this is evocative evidence, again, of the deeply changed sense of self that many people, adult and children alike, now experience as the givens of life. It expresses the division of one into more than one of selves torn. As in the book's title, Between Worlds, and although these researchers limited their study to children of where parents never married, yet were both continued to play a role in the child's life from different locations. 4. The shrinkage of most Western families due to divorce and the rise of single-parent homes. Also, older motherhood and late marriage tend to result in smaller families. 5. Rising numbers of Americans, especially under the age of 40, are falling away from religious practice and religious literacy. 6. The rise in feminism, fueled by anger, crude language, and obscenity. Women who have been left vulnerable and frustrated. 7. The ways in which the Great Scattering has increased pressure to gravitate away from the traditionally masculine and feminine and toward a more ambiguous, androgynous me. I love the depth and research and understanding that author has in writing this book and encourage you to read her theory on a topic affecting our world today. I'll close with a paragraph at the conclusion of the book. The crisis over identity is part and parcel of a larger unraveling. As mentioned at the outset, foreboding saturates the politics and societies of the West today. Surely at least some of it is emanating from human beings who know that something potentially serious is afoot, but who are still searching for the differential diagnosis. It is not possible to hear in today's secular germades of displaced panic for a pandemic no one saw coming. The diminution of the human story itself. I will link the book Primal Screams in the description box below so you can obtain a copy. Thanks so much for joining me today, and as always, peace and love.